Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back. In this video, we're on to question number 17 on our 2019 Grade 7 Gauss paper. Two equal arm scales shown are balanced. So we've got three circles on one side, two triangles. A square, a circle, and a triangle balances with two squares. Which, now that you think about it, well, one square balances with a square, so a square is really a circle and a triangle together. Of the following, a circle and three triangles has the same mass, so would balance with which of the following? Okay. So, there are a couple approaches to questions like these, and they do pop up from time to time on various contests. And not always with shapes and things like that. They'll talk about coins of different size, or, if it's a contest in color, they might have some color there as well. So one approach is to try and make what they're talking about from what we're given. Now, I've already sort of noticed that you can knock off a square, and so if you take a look here, I've got a circle and a triangle, and I've got two triangles together. That would be a circle and three triangles. So that should balance with a square and three circles. Do we, off the top of our head, see a square and three circles here? Absolutely we do. D. And so if we spot that connection, we can get our answer of D really, really quickly. Okay? Now, you're not always able to do this. So what else could we do here? Okay? Well, one thing we can do is we can look at these sort of balanced scales as equalities. But they're showing us their equalities. So we've got three circles, the same as two triangles, and one square, and a circle, and a triangle, is the same as, two squares. Okay? And so what we can do is we can try to rearrange these and get maybe, so we've got circle, triangle, and square. We've got three unknowns, two equations. What we could do is try and get everything in terms of squares or everything in terms of circles. So for example, a circle, if we divide by 3 on both sides, I'm just going to fill in the circle so we don't get confused with zeros. I will fill in everything. Why don't we? So we're going to say a circle is 2/3 of a triangle. Right? That's what this first balance is really telling us. Okay? Now we can subtract, as I sort of did earlier, a square from both sides, and we'll see that a circle and a triangle is one square. But now I know what a circle is. It's 2/3 of a triangle. And so now we can see that a square is going to be 5/3 of a triangle. And so now I know everything in terms of triangles. Or if you wanted to, you could solve for everything in terms of circles or everything in terms of squares. Whatever you want to do. Okay? So you could absolutely do something like that. And then you could say, okay, what do they want? They want a circle and 3 triangles, right? Okay, so let's get everything in terms of triangles. A circle is 2/3 of a triangle. And so 3 is really 9/3. So what they're asking me about is something that weighs 11/3 of a triangle. So it's 3 triangles plus 2/3 of a triangle. Okay. So now what we could do is we could go to each one of these in turn and figure out their value and by translating them into triangles, and whichever one is equal to 11/3 of a triangle should do the trick. So for example, A is 3 squares, except a square is 5/3 of a triangle, so 3 squares is really just going to be 5 triangles. So A, definitely not the right answer. Right? Because we've got that answer there. Okay? How about B? 2 triangles and 2 squares. So the squares will turn into 10/3 of a triangle plus 2 triangles, which is really 6/3 of a triangle. And so we get 16/3 triangles. So this is too much. So now B isn't the right answer. Okay, well, what's C? Okay, C is 4 circles. While we're at it, E is 3 circles. Okay, so we can get 4 times 2/3 of a triangle. You get 8/3 of a triangle. Well, that's not worth 11 thirds of a triangle. And if we multiply 3 circles, we get 3 times 2/3 of a triangle. That's just going to be 2 triangles. That's nowhere close to what we need. So E can't be the right answer either, but 3 circles and a square, okay, should do the trick. So 3 circles and 1 square. So we actually just saw a moment ago, 3 circles is 2 triangles. And then a square is 5/3 of a triangle. Well, 2 is really 6/3. Okay, so 6 plus 5, 11/3 of a triangle. So that's how you would see that D is your right answer if you weren't able to make those fast connections. Now, obviously, this takes a little more time. This takes a little work. Although you could sort of speed things up a little bit by saying, oh, well, C is 8/3 of a triangle. That's still too little. So losing a circle is not going to help you anymore. Okay, so you could do things like that. Okay, but that's how you would handle the question if perhaps the scales were a little more convoluted, or they didn't very easily sort of add together this way to produce what we want. Okay, either way, we get our answer of D, and that does it for question number 17. So we'll bring on question number 18 in the next video.